Welcome to the second ever random match of the day review. Today we're going to look at Randy Savage and DDP from Spring Stampede 1997. Before I get into the match, just want to say I'm trying to get my channel off the ground, so if you would just help me out, you can hit like if you want, but please hit subscribe because I'm going to be giving you great content. I've been following this business for 3 decades, and I have a ton of stuff in mind that I want to do. It's going to be a really fun ride. So if you want to join that, please hit the button. But without further ado, I'll just get right into the match. These guys met at Spring Stampede, the Great American Bash, and Halloween Havoc in that 1997 year. And what Savage did for DDP was instrumental in Page's later success. He went on to become a huge babyface in 98, 99, 2000, and on. And if without the feud with Randy Savage, do we get there? And if we do, how does it happen? Because Randy Savage wanted to make Shawn Michaels a huge star in the WWF. In fact, he proposed to Vince McMahon a 2-year plan where Savage would go over at WrestleMania 10, and then at WrestleMania 11, Shawn Michaels would go over him. And Vince McMahon didn't want to do that. And on one hand, you're like, thank God we got Shawn versus Razor, and we got, but 1995 could have been a lot better. So it's good that it didn't happen, but it's also good that it did happen the way it did. But Savage picked DDP, and DDP just he even gave him a story about how he wanted to take the diamond cutter in this match. And Arn Anderson backstage said to DDP, a little backstory. Arn Anderson said to DDP, "Do you know what an honor that is? That Randy Savage is?" And DDP's like, "Yeah." That's just a personal story from Page that he probably has said online. I heard that a few years ago. I think he did a WWE Network interview, and that's exactly how the story went. I'm sure there was more lines than that, but that's how it went. Anyway, let's get right to the match. Yesterday, I did the first random match of the day review. I did Eddie and Ray from Halloween Havoc 97, so go check that out. But this match is Spring Stampede 97, DDP, and Randy Savage. Macho Man was in the NWO at this time, and just for a few months, he's just seasoned. He wasn't a veteran in the NWO, but he was a veteran in the ring, and you saw that during this match. He had tons of tricks up his sleeve for a younger DDP. This match revolved around, obviously, they got their wives involved. Kimberly Page, Savage had his pictures in Playboy, and we had Elizabeth on the other side. DDP had the crowd just loving him. He reminds me a lot of Jake the Snake because the crowd loved their finishing moves, the Diamond Cutter and the DDT, and they both just, I don't know, the long hair, skinny, baby face. They worked that character so well. And I just wanted to mention that. But no, this match got off the ground running with some good solid wrestling, and then it went to the outside, and that's where it really picked up because there was a trash can spot to the head, DDP to hit Savage, and somebody must have just put their pop in there because the soda just drenched Savage in the hair where he's got that bald spot. He didn't like people talking about his bald spot, but it just combed the backside of his hair with the drink. I thought that was a funny spot. They wrestled all the way to the backstage area. This was before WWF hardcore matches, so this was pretty interesting. Of course, Kevin Sullivan and Chris Benoit had a great match at the Great American Bash '96 that was like this, but that was the year before. But still, this rivalry between Savage and Page, it made sense for them to brawl outside the ring. DDP was in the lead as far as leverage goes in the match, but Savage's in-ring veteran style helped them get back in midway through the match when they went back into the ring. A couple of climatic sequences here where the Diamond Cutter was teased and Savage did his elbow, but that was after he pile drove a ref. And after he pile drove the ref, he went for the finishing elbow and then he went for the 3 count. And he looked and he was like, "Where did the ref go?" That's Macho Man playing his character to a T. He's a paranoid schizophrenic. narcissist. He's so obviously it's somebody else's fault. I just pile drived you and I give DDP an elbow drop, but it's somebody else's fault. That's just brilliant. And anyway, DDP got up from that as Nick Patrick ran to the ring, the evil ref, the NWO ref. He runs to the ring and Savage and him shake hands. And then Savage goes to pick up Paige, and Paige out of nowhere hits the diamond cutter in the center of the ring into a huge pop. Nick Patrick is reluctant, but he pins the three and gets out of the ring frustrated. And DDP goes over Randy Savage. The biggest victory in DDP's career to that point, and I bet you if he looks back, he still considers that one of the greatest moments of his career. So that set up the trilogy of the 1997 pay-per-views between the Great American Bash and Halloween Havoc. So yeah, I'll take a look at another match tomorrow. So random match of the day reviews. I'm gonna abbreviate that RMOTDR. Random match of the day reviews. And I'm going to be coming to you every day. If you want to suggest a match you want me to go into, do that in the comments section, please. Thanks everybody for spending some time here, and we're going to have some more fun later. So stay tuned and keep in touch. Talk to you later.